Hey, welcome back. It's Jason Walter here. Mortgage rates increased again this week, making home buying even more expensive at the start of the spring home buying season. According to the Mortgage News Daily, rates hit their all-time record low on January 27th with a rate of 2.75%, but rates have skyrocketed since then to now about 3.45% for a 30-year fixed-rate mortgage. Matthew Graham, who's a chief operating officer for the Mortgage News Daily, said since the beginning of February, the total damage is nearly 0.75%, making it one of the biggest moves in any 6 weeks ever. The big question, of course, will be how will these rising mortgage interest rates affect our housing market? We obviously need more houses to be listed for sale and more houses to be built because part of the reason because we have these high home prices is due to record low inventory. So in today's housing market update, I'm going to be sharing the latest news with you so you can be more informed. So I'm going to be sharing news about mortgage application numbers as well as new home construction numbers because home builders have not been stepping up as much as we hoped. And before we get started, please hit the like button if you appreciate real estate market updates just like this one, and also consider subscribing as well. I post videos about how this pandemic is affecting our housing market, and I really enjoy making these videos for you, even though YouTube is not my full-time job. Okay, let's go ahead and dive into the video. A couple of days ago, the Mortgage Bankers Association, or the MBA, announced that mortgage applications decreased 2.2% from 1 week earlier. However, the dip in mortgage applications in the US was mainly due to a decrease of applications for refis because applications for home purchases increased. For example, the refinance index decreased 4% from the previous week and was 39% lower than the same week 1 year ago. However, the unadjusted purchase index increased 3% compared to the previous week and was 5% higher than the same week 1 year ago. So Joel Kahn, who is one of the associate vice presidents for the MBA, stated the following: after reaching a recent high in the last week of January, the refinance index has since fallen 26% to its lowest level since September 2020. Obviously, no big surprises here. When mortgage rates decrease, so do refis. The Mortgage Bankers Association also released some numbers for mortgage applications for brand new houses with mixed news. For example, mortgage applications for new purchases increased 9.2% compared to a year ago. However, compared to the previous month, they decreased by 9%. Builders have been facing rising lumber costs and other building materials as well. I looked up lumber futures costs for you, and I found that they are still near record highs. A lumber futures contract is almost 3 times what it was about a year ago. These rising building costs and rising interest rates have caused builder confidence to decrease recently. So the housing market index dipped to 82 this month, and this is coming off a record high of 90 that was set in November 2020. For example, builders are reporting that rising lumber prices have added about $24,000 to the cost of building a brand new house. So one would assume that builders should be charging more for their houses given that the cost to build them is going to be more as well. Nonetheless, the lack of resale houses listed for sale so far means that new construction is the only option for some homebuyers. So obviously we need more houses to be built by brand new home developments, right? However, it was just announced a couple of days ago that housing construction actually slowed, not increased. So take a look at this. This is compliments from the U.S. Census Bureau because they reported that permits pulled from January to February this year decreased 10.8%. In addition, housing starts, which is the beginning phase of the construction of a brand new house, decreased 10.3% from the previous month and dropped 9.3% from 1 year ago. I also noticed that the National Association of Home Builders stated that the number of single-family houses that were permitted but not yet started continued to increase in February to 121,000 units in the US. This is 36% higher than 1 year ago as the cost of building materials and other delays have slowed home building. This is obviously not good news for home buyers looking to buy a house right now, given the lack of housing inventory that we have in our marketplace. However, the giant storm that we had in Texas and other surrounding states last month may be one reason why housing starts have slowed. For example, about 16% of single-family home construction occurs in Texas alone. We'll have to wait and see March's new home construction numbers to see if this storm was a large contributing factor to housing starts dipping. Or is it more related to rising building costs, rising interest rates, and builder confidence decreasing? Robert Diaz, who is a chief economist for the National Association of Home Builders, stated the following: single-family home building is forecasted to expand in 2021, but at a slower rate as housing affordability is challenged by higher mortgage rates and rising construction costs. And I should point out that new houses are already selling at a premium when you compare to resale houses. So rising interest rates could have a very big impact on the new home building industry. Meanwhile, the average loan size for a new home in February in the US rose to a record high of $370,000. And by product type, conventional loans made up about 74% of loan applications for new houses. FHA loans made up about 15%, USDA 1.5%, and VA loans 9%. In addition, according to Freddie Mac, they reported from their weekly survey that the average 30-year fixed-rate mortgage is currently 3.09%. A year ago at this time, the 30-year fixed-rate mortgage averaged 3.65%. Meanwhile, the 15-year fixed-rate mortgage averaged 2.4%. Compare that to 1 year ago, the 15-year fixed-rate mortgage was 3.06%. Sam Cater, who is Freddie Mac's chief economist, stated that rates are still historically low. However, residential construction has declined for 2 consecutive months, and given the very low inventory environment, competition among potential home buyers is a challenging reality, especially for first-time home buyers. If you enjoyed watching this video, please hit the like button. I greatly appreciate that. And also consider subscribing. I post videos about how this pandemic is affecting our housing market, and I enjoy making these videos for you. You also can follow me on Instagram. I'm Sacramento Realtor. Hope you have an awesome day, and I look forward to seeing you on the next video.